Mhm. Hey, I just want to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. We're out here early because it's already hot and sunny, and Teresa wanted to get the orchard sprayed today. So we have to spray all those trees. The plum curculio bugs are already having fun with us on some of the fruits. So hopefully we can save some of the peaches and that kind of stuff. But I'm over here, and let me switch this around. So this is going to be our sweet potato, watermelon and cucumbers with sweet potatoes last time. So we rotate it. So I'm going to uncover that and start to make some mounds for things. And from our compost that I've been filling this bed, I got potatoes, and one down there, freebies. So I might put some more dirt in here today too. We'll see. So this stuff has been covered to keep those weeds down, although they managed to find a little crack. I'll uncover this, and I'm going to keep putting it over that area. I haven't tilled that area or anything. That's all just cardboard right on top of the ground. So the cardboard is just breaking down by the worms and stuff. So it starts to look like that underneath. And here you can see like the cardboard with all the holes in it. So we just keep piling it up, helping the soil, helping the dirt become soil. There's Teresa. That's a little flower bed we put in the middle for the pollinators. And the strawberries behind her, we've been picking strawberries every day now. So I'll talk to you later. All right, check this out. Where we had the cardboard, nothing grew. Where we had our plastic tarp, plenty of grass. And plenty of grass. Where the cardboard was, nada. What a lesson to learn there. Now I gotta go turn that over and kill all that grass. But we will do it. All right, be back later. In case anyone was wondering, we do have baby ospreys up there again. Sometimes you'll hear them calling. Mom is flying high above. I can't see her. She's right up there somewhere over my head. Here, maybe you can hear them. We hear that all day long. They're pretty quiet right now because she doesn't have a fish or anything. Sorry, it's zoomed all the way out, so it's hard to hold it still. Let's see if I can find her. Nope, I don't see her. That's probably why they're not calling right now too much. When she's in the area, they really call a lot. We'll see if she comes back. I'll get another picture. All right, Teresa's over there spraying the asparagus with neem oil. She's trying to keep the asparagus beetles down. And the maggots, there are a lot of them. And we've been picking them off by hand, but we can't keep up with them. So, little spray. Neem oil won't hurt them. Won't hurt the plants or the fruit. So.
Yeah, I don't like to spray because I get the reddish brown wasps that come and will eat the maggots. But I haven't seen them. I guess they haven't woken up or made their nest. So I'm spraying.
So she's spraying. There she goes. Anyhow, it was necessary. Everything else is looking good. And I want to come over here and show you something, because this is kind of controversial. Maybe. So this is our new compost pile. And I talk about making compost a lot because it's so darn important. And you can see it's not up to temperature quite yet. It's 80 degrees. It's just hitting the good area. So I might have to add some more grass or turn that a little bit more. It might be a little wet or dry as I turn it. But over here, this is what I'm talking about. Now I've turned this pile and moved it all around. Those are more potato plants coming up. And a lot of these are coming up from just potato peels. Oh, you can see a potato there, and look at the one growing out the side. Where is it? Look at that one. Just growing everywhere. No, there's another one. Right there. So we take this compost, all right, and we kind of get it chopped down like this, and then we put it on our gardens, right? We all do it. An inch or two on top, whatever. But this is the best stuff to grow in. You don't have good dirt, just make some compost. Put your stuff right. Look at them guys coming up. Just plant right in the damn compost. You don't need to till, you don't need nothing. You just be throwing scraps, grass, leaves, whatever you got. All the stuff in the kitchen, the coffee grounds especially, not uncooked coffee. You want cooked coffee, the grounds, and then you can plant right there. And I think that's going to be your best garden ever if you plant right in compost. You set a cinder block down and do that. Now in the springtime, the ground's too cold to plant other stuff. The stuff comes up in my compost. It volunteers. Why? Because the compost makes heat. That soil is kept nice and warm, and the stuff can germinate earlier. So this is your best growing medium right there. Don't look pretty, but man, if I leveled all that out and planted right there, that'd be heaven. So now you want to have a good mix. You know, here's the grass that we add, and then cardboard. So you want to get a good mix, and some weeds and stuff in there good too, because then you get, you know, a little diversity as to what's in your compost. But all those kitchen scraps, you got eggshells, you got all the greens. Look at that. There's a leftover beet that went in there for some reason. Orange peels. All kinds of good stuff. Cardboard, especially for bulking it up. But, man, you just plant in compost. And this bed, I can't afford the dirt to keep filling all of my beds. So this was all the leaves from last year went in here. And you can see even the weeds are in there. And then as I get extra compost or a bucket or two of this or that, then I fill it up. And that's all that's volunteering in there. So that's free stuff for me. And it's easy. And at the bottom of that, I put wood branches. And what that does is I never watered this thing. No water garden. No watering. How about that? Okay, maybe a little bit. If you want to put a little bit in there, go ahead, put a little bit. But I haven't watered them. And they look fantastic. So, growing compost, nobody really talks about it. They always say top dress with your compost and all. But I'll bet this will outproduce any other garden. And at some point, I'll probably run an experiment for it. Because I know it's going to work. And maybe other people are doing it. Maybe I'm just exaggerating here too much. Anyhow, Charlie and Teresa garden for two. Oh, and this pile, this is all the bigger stuff that I don't want to compost right away. So we accumulate that, and then we'll take that all out and leave a little bit in the bottom, and then we'll burn that. And that's how we get a little bit of the ash to mix in with the compost. We don't really mix it in the plant beds directly. I put it into the compost, and then the ash then gets transported when we move the compost around. So just another little tip. So anyhow, don't be afraid to make an ugly pile of compost and go ahead and grow in it. All right, we're jumping around a little bit on the videos. I'm going to kind of put them together. Where's that pear, hun? I wanted to show that pear. So we got some pears. The pears did better with the frost than the apples and the peaches. We lost a lot. We thought we got through okay, but we didn't. And where's the fire blight? You want to? Are you going to spray for that, or are you going to cut it out?
Well, I did. I sprayed. If it gets onto the twigs, I cut them. I cut a couple branches yesterday. It's supposed to be sort of resistant to it, but it didn't have this last year, so
Yeah,
there might be something wild growing out there that's carrying it.
could be.
So we got to always be aware that we're living surrounded by wild bushes, and there's those stupid flowering pears that everybody plants. They carry fire blight. And
Now they look nice for a week.
yeah,
So the peach tree, apparently, we lost a lot of the peaches on the lower branches, I think.
yeah.
But
And now they're hiding them.
yeah, this.
There was a bunch.
What is this happening here on this guy?
Oh, whatever. Oh, I don't know. I sprayed for leaf drop, and I'll continue to spray for that. You're supposed to spray early on, and I did. So we lost a bunch of the small leaves dropped, but the new leaves are coming in, and they're looking good. Yeah, here's another tip that's not good. I don't know what that is. Could be windburn too. So windy here this year.
Oh my gosh, it was so windy. But anyhow, we'll see how many peaches we get. And the apple tree, the production looks like it's going to be reduced on the apple tree as well. So the cherry tree, how's that doing? I didn't check the cherry tree.
Last year we had to cut canker off the cherry tree, and usually you just sort of cut the whole thing down. But it's 4 years old, so I really wanted to give it a shot at trying to cure it. You can see where my husband cut off the main trunk right there. And the only thing I'm puzzling over is a couple of these long branches where the leaves dropped off. I might want to prune it down to these two branches here.
You see all the cracks in the bark. You see the cracks in there.
Yeah, but they're not oozing.
So we don't know if that's like a natural way that sometimes when they're putting on the growth, look at all the leaves up there getting affected.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and save it, but growing trees in Delaware is a tough job, man.
And those are.
And we just don't have years of experience at doing this. We're new to it, so we'll learn.
One thing I could tell you, early on, I saw wasps. A couple years ago, I saw wasps all over the cherry tree, and they were centering on these little red dots that are above the leaves. And then I read that these secrete a little bit of sugar, and it invites the pollinators to come in and to pollinate the flowers. So now I don't worry if I see small wasps hovering around, because the tree invited them. So, I'm not going to spray the tree to keep them away. It's just, I'll fight. This is the only cherry tree, so it's not going to spread to any other cherry trees. So. Yep. Yeah, see?
That was a little waspy thing right there.
Yeah.
So I didn't get him. He flew away.
I thought that was a fun fact. These look okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So they're in there.
That's why I'm anxious.
This guy here is in there. You can see him somewhere.
Fly up in there. Yeah, you're going right to those little red things on the leaves.
You can see him. I hope I got him in focus. It's hard to see. He's busy working. Anyhow, Teresa was mentioning, because I just did the little video blurb about the compost pile and growing in it. She said, make sure you let the compost age a little bit. Don't plant in raw compost. You got to let it age. Get it up to full temperature. Get it up to like 100, 120. Kills all the weed seeds that might be in there. And let it cool down a little bit before you plant in it. Like the potatoes and stuff, we didn't plant those. They were in there, so they just will come up when they decide to come up, when it's right.
They actually grew from potato peels.
Potato peels, yeah. And tomatoes will come up in there, volunteer. Squash will volunteer like crazy. And in fact, we were just digging over there, and we just transplanted another tomato that was growing on its own. So they turn out to be the hardiest ones. Oh, you want to see some strawberries? Look at that one. Can you see that one down there? I aimed right. I can't see in the sun here. It's too bright.
Mine.
Hers. Get that one there.
This
Nope.
one?
No. Closer to you. Right under your, go to the right to the pole. Right there.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. I get one. Look at that. Oops, sorry. Nothing like nice warm strawberries right from your garden, huh?
And so I eat one and I throw what's left between the fruit trees because
That can sprout. It's got them little seeds on it. It can sprout into another strawberry plant.
and I've got them. Okay. Here we've got
I'm following her, I guess.
strawberries waiting to be transplanted.
I'm going to go around here with the sun at my back. It's easier. I can't see it on the phone, but
Got
you
a
can see it.
A plant here.
Oh, yeah.
There's a plant there. And there's one over here. And there's a couple more spread around the orchard. So
So they're growing right in the wood chips here.
yeah.
That's a good medium for them. You can grow in wood chips. Now, not green wood chips. Let them. The wood chips have been here for a couple of years, so it's not going to steal all the nitrogen. In other words, that people worry about too much. But anyhow, it works because we get all kinds of stuff coming in here. As you can see, all the floweries. We're letting the flowering weeds go, but we get other trees come in as the birds. They drop chestnuts or whatever. We get trees growing in there. Pecans, I mean. Pecans all the time. All just volunteer stuff. So look how the flowers came up. Aren't they nice? Teresa's going to mow them at some point.
Well, yeah. Well, there's our wild mustard.
I'm going over here to check the blueberries out, honey. Sorry for walking here. So the blueberries. This one grows small blueberries, but we get them all year. And we get a lot of them. And that one grows really big blueberries. That one is our best. We love that one. So we got 5 plants for the 2 of us, and that's probably enough. Let's turn around and see here what she's got here. So these were all volunteer potatoes in here, and you can see she's got the tomatoes in the ground. Now the last couple of weeks has been too cold, but the tomatoes had to go out because they were just getting too tall and stringy, lengthy, and they weren't happy. And you can see under there's another potato hiding way under there. So that's all volunteers from last year. So Teresa just keeps moving right along. I'll tell you, she just keeps going.
I just moved that tomato plant and I didn't follow up and water it. I already went.
Oh, that guy, yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, so I gotta.
She just moved. We just transplanted this one. He was a volunteer over there. Anyhow, we'll take care of that. So we're going to go over there. We're going to spray 1.5 more trees on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. We're going to spray our trees with clay for the first time. So maybe I'll show you spraying the clay. We got a battery-powered sprayer this year. So we'll see how that works out. And she's over there. That's the main console for the irrigation. So she's moving the water around because we only have one hose. And I'm working over there to get the sweet potato area ready, and of course for future we got that other area covered. Maybe we'll put more fruit trees in there if we decide, or if we can't grow fruit trees, if we have to surrender, then I'll put some kind of bushes that have, you know, berries and fruiting bushes for us, whatever, raspberries, more blueberries, etc. So we'll see, but we're hoping we can figure out the trees in the orchard. We're not giving up on it yet, but we are going through growing pains. All right, so, and one other thing with the compost. When we compost, here's Teresa's raised bed. When you grow in compost, you don't have to worry about fertilizer. Fertilizer is getting so expensive. You just can see a day maybe when you can't afford to buy fertilizer. Doesn't make sense, but if you make your own compost, you certainly can grow. And then if you take some of these weeds, like we just have piles here and we compost them and stuff, but if we put them in a tub with a lid and some water, we can make compost tea. So homemade fertilizers are coming, and you're going to make compost so you don't have to buy fertilizers. All right, and then all kinds of natural, you know, as we're organic gardeners, we make onion sprays and all kinds of stuff to keep the bugs away. That's all natural, and we don't pay a ton for it. So anyhow, there's a lot to learn with this, but doing it for free is the best way if you can. All right, but if you can't do it for free and you got to buy it, then you do what you got to do. All right, Charlie and Teresa Garden for Two. Maybe we'll come back on a little later. I don't know. So I'm on the outside. I'm on the outside of the orchard. You can see how we did the weed block here, so the mower can just mow right up to there without having to do weed whacking. But I'll show you this mounds. Can you see the mounds with the little stick in the middle? Teresa's getting ready to plant butternut squash and cantaloupes and watermelons, and then they'll run all over the place, all over under there, all they want. She's over there spraying her trees. Only spraying a couple more today. Happy Mother's Day again. So that's that. Here's can you see that asparagus? Just volunteering. I'm just a volunteer. Came all the way from over there. We have a few female plants that have produced seeds last year, so birds will take them. So this bed is 70 feet long. Oh, look, there's another volunteer potato. Looks kind of dry. It's been so dry. We're, in a drought area still? Okay, the cardboard is going to go between all the plants to keep the weeds down. Just the natural way of doing it, just keeping the weeds down. Now, let's go. We'll see what else we can find. Happy Mother's Day once again. All right, Charlie, so I'm over here in the orchard area, and this is the area where we're going to plant our sweet potatoes this year. And this area had grass growing on it when we first started here, and under the grass was clay and stone. So sweet potatoes won't like that environment at all. So I had been raising this soil levels here over the past couple of years, and I'm going to continue to do that, but I know sweet potatoes like to go deep. So I was just taking a spade and trying to turn it, and I hit way too much clay and way too much stone. So I'm going a little deeper and breaking it up more, and I'm using the broad fork. So I'm going to show you what I just did. Let me flip this around. Okay, so we put a stake, that little stick here, on this end, and then I broad forked right on down, and then there's another stick there. So I'm going to make a pile, a little mountain there, and then the middle row right there, and then the third row. So we'll have 3 rows. Okay, now I'm going to take some of the dirt on this side and that side and mound it up. But before I do that, I don't have any cow manure, horse manure from the farm today, so I'm going to use some bags. So I'm going to take one bag and spread it along that where that whole mound is going to go, and really give these sweet potatoes a nice sweet place to live for. So we get more sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes last year were fantastic, so we hope to get some more of them. We still have plenty in our pantry and cold storage, and we've been giving tons away. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And Teresa's over there with picking strawberry time. So there's my broad fork. So you just press that, put your foot on it, press down into the ground. It's down there in about 12 inches, and then you pull back on the handles, pop it up, and it breaks up all that soil. Comes up nice and crumbly. Does a great job. It's a little heavy of a tool, but Teresa can handle it. I try and do it though. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm doing 3 rows today because I had that grass that was growing up in there, and I'm going to take a rake and get as much of the weeds out as I can, and then that cardboard will be cut, and the pathways between the rows that I'm making will be lined with cardboard. Okay, so that's the way we're planting our sweet potatoes, while prepping the ground for the sweet potatoes. And that's pretty much all we do. And then we'll take all that the soaker hoses, and we'll run soaker hoses up and down each of the rows, and we've already measured them out, and we know that's just the right amount of soaker hose for us. Okay, talk to you later. Charlie and Teresa Garden for Two. Thanks for watching. Okay, here you can see row 1 is coming along There's our end of the row marker. And you can see the mound is coming along. I still have more to do from the other side. But I wanted to show you here. I'm almost down to where the native soil began. And you can kind of see the orange color in there. So I don't want to go too deep. And these are the rocks that I'm dealing with. I just left a few up there. And remember, this is like the third year we're taking rocks and clay out. So you can see clumps of clay there. So I'm breaking it up. Under the mound where I broad forked, it's going down nicely, and the sweet potatoes will be okay. But I would sure love it to be even deeper than it is, but that's what it is. So that's what it's looking like there, and the second row will go in there. So I'll take a little bit of soil from the middle and put it to this mound, and a little bit will go that direction. And then I'll have 2 rows. Today I might only do 1 row. I don't know how much energy I got left, so we'll see. But it's coming along pretty good. And I did put 1 bag of cow manure in there, and you can kind of see that darker color there. I didn't mix it in with the rake yet, but it's in there. So that's looking good. I think the sweet potatoes will do very well there. All right, and Teresa's still over there picking strawberries. Charlie and Teresa, Garden for Two. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.